G'day guys, what is going on? Welcome to a new episode. I hope you guys all doing well. Before I show you guys a budget build, how to make power for cheap, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. We hit 10,000 subscribers about 2 days ago, so thank you guys so much for the love and support for the channel, leaving supportive comments, sharing the videos. And now that the R33 has been tuned, it's so crazy to see how many shares that boosting around has got. It's pretty insane to see that it's over 50,000 views right now, and I'm pretty happy with that, so thank you guys again for sharing those videos. So with the RB25, if you've got an SR20 or a JZ or whatever, or JZ we say in Australia, you're going to learn about the injectors, turbo, intercooler, fuel pump. We'll go through everything and we'll find the best pricing for low cost, how to make good power for cheap. So we're going to start off with the fuel pump. So if you guys want a good fuel pump for cheap, go to Globy's Parts. They've got a Walbro 255 fuel pump for $110, whereas Deechworks 300 fuel pumps cost anywhere from around $200 to $300. So Walbro 255s are good for like 260 kilowatts, 300 kilowatts. So with that being said, cheap fuel pump, $110 for Walbro 255. I'm gonna wait for this stupid helicopter to fly over. Now that we've talked about the fuel pump, we'll talk about the injectors, but I just want to quickly say, first off, we'll start off talking about all the mods for what you need to make power, and then we'll talk about coilovers, wheels, bucket seat, and steering wheel after. So I won't include that in the budget of how much power it costs to make 400 horsepower. So with the injectors, you want to keep your side feed injectors. These are stock side feed injectors and I have them maxed out, so I'm making about 315 horsepower maxed out with these stock injectors. So you don't want to be having 100% duty cycle, you want maybe to average about 80%. So that being said, with side feed injectors, you can get Nismo side feed injectors where I think they're about $1,200. So if you want to stay with side feed injectors, I highly recommend getting something decent brand. So you're probably looking at about $800 to $900 for decent brands of injectors for side feed. So anywhere from like 550 cc's to 740 cc's are fine. My R33 is running 1000 cc injectors. If you update your injectors, stupid bloody birds. And if you around 500 to... Shut up! And once you're updating injectors, you definitely want to get a fuel pressure regulator. So just look around online for fuel pressure regulators. So with injectors, I'm going to say they're going to cost you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 depending what brand you go with. This is a stock RB25 intake manifold. What the fucking bird, man. Because the J-pipe sits here, they've cut the throttle body from here, re-welded it this shot, and then they've cut a hole at the front here and re-welded the throttle body right at the front. Don't worry about this rusted pipe, I'm going to fix this. So this is a forward facing stock OEM intake manifold. I don't know if I recommend doing this, it's up to you. A lot of people like doing it because it's cheap, it looks cool, and to be honest, I had no issues with it when the car got tuned, so I like this setup on this car, not for the 33. I like my crossover pipe that I have in the 33. So with intercoolers, it depends on your car. If you've got an S14 or an R33, R32, make sure to figure out what size you need for your turbo setup. So with intercoolers on my R33, I'm running 600 by 300 by 76 an Aeroflow, and I bought that for $180 brand new. So intercoolers can cost anywhere from $180 to $500 depending on brand, depending where you get it from. But it's not so much that the intercooler is cheap, it's the piping as well. So you're going to have to make the piping fit on your car. So whether you're made to fit on your car or you're going to have a custom one made because this is forward facing. So it depends who your fabricator is. So make sure to speak to your local fabricator, ask how much it costs to get cooler piping done. So you're probably looking at about another $500 to get intercooler pipes made. Anywhere from $180 to $500 for intercooler piping, I'd say, you know, $500. Man, this bird's pissing me off. Exhaust manifolds now. A lot of people think you need to update your exhaust manifold in your RB25 to make some power. These stock exhaust manifolds, they're perfect for 300 kilowatts. So you can make 400 horsepower with the stock exhaust manifold, no problems. What I recommend doing, if you're going to be running an external gate with this setup, I'm not going to add the pricing for the external gate or the internal gate because it's up to you depending what setup you're running, but I like external gates because they sound awesome with the screamer pipe. This is an old school truss external gate. It's very rare to see them mounted behind the turbo. Where they usually mount external gates is either on the exhaust manifold here or on the turbo housing down here. But I've got mine up here and it works perfectly fine, so I'm cool with that. So exhaust manifolds, keep your stock exhaust manifold, it's cool to use. Now with your turbo, you definitely want to update your turbo. You don't want to be making big power with a stock RB25 turbo, or else you'll blow it. So what you can do is you can go to Hypergear turbochargers and get your R33 high flowed. High flowing costs about $900, which is pretty sick because you get all this new internals, and then you can finally crank up the boost and make some mad power with these turbos. And they sound so good. If you run no blow-off valves like me, I don't run the blow-off valve on my R33 or the S14 because I love that dose. I love that flutter, man. So what you want to do is, at the front of the turbo, you want a metal intake pipe, which comes to the pod filter here. They cost about $100 to make if you know a fabricator, so they can do it for $100. It's so sick, they sound so good on boost. I recommend doing this for your car. So as I was saying about turbos, this turbo is a T28 front housing with an R33 HKS rear housing. So it's two hybrids together, which work perfectly. So when I get my car done up again, I'm going to aim for 400 horsepower in this once I update the injectors. Actually, why am I skipping the part of how much the turbo costs? So turbos, you can get your turbos high flowed for $900, or you can go buy a brand new turbo for $100, or if you want a second-hand high flow turbo, they're about $700 I've seen on Gumtree and stuff. So yeah, make sure to update your turbo for what you want. You don't need a massive turbo to make big power. An R33 high flow turbo, you'll make 300 kilowatts, no worries. This R33 stock MAF is maxed out at 15 PSI, which it is right now. So I've maxed out the MAF, and what I'm going to do is, sorry about the birds, man, they're doing my bloody head in. With the MAF, I'm going to be getting an R35 GTR MAF. And with the R35 GTR MAFs, they're about $100 I've seen. So I'm going to get one of those to put in here to update this stock shitty MAF. But with an R35 GTR MAF, you need to get a plug. So make sure to look up, do some research, look up GTR MAFs for your car, find out how to wire the plugs for a GTR 35 MAF, and then you're sorted. So yeah, going to be running one of those soon. So with the radiator, with RB25s and S14s, the radiators are such a problem. A lot of people like to cut here to make it tilt forward to fit, whereas my stock R33 radiator that I originally had in my R33, it sat about up to here, and when I closed the bonnet couldn't close. So what I had to do is I went online, ordered a CA18 radiator, a triple core one, so you can tell it's thicker and it sits lower, so that way there's some clearance. But the problem is that I have to run a thermo fan because it overheats pretty easy if it just sits there idling without driving. So make sure to get a thermo fan if you're going to have an RB25 and a CA radiator. So there's my thermo fan. Because back here you can't run a fan shroud because there is no room for a fan. Because look how close everything is down there. So radiators, you're looking anywhere from $150 to $500, depending the brand, depending where you get it. Just do a bit of research on radiators for your car, whereas if you've got an R33, I'm running a Blitz radiator, which cost me about $500 from Kudos Motorsports. So yeah, just do a bit of research and you'll find any radiator for your car for anywhere from $150 to $500. Coil packs, if they're OEM, they're fine, unless you're starting to have some spark issue, then just go get split fires. They're about $500 pretty much anywhere on these car websites. So yeah, if you don't have any issues with your coil packs, you don't need to change them, so that's fine. And yes, I'm going to clean up the whole engine bay. I'm going to repaint these valve covers because they are trash, and clean up the rust here and clean up the rust there, because the guy that originally owned this car, he didn't know what he was doing. I had to like refix a lot of things in here. But you can see down there, that is a Nistune ECU. I've currently got it zip tied down because I couldn't find a way to mount it with the screw, so eventually, look, it's pretty sturdy. Well, sort of sturdy. Like when I took it drifting, it had no issues, so it stayed there fine with the zip ties, but I will bolt it down soon. So with RB25s and Nistunes, you can't use your R33 to go get a Nistune. You have to go buy an R32 ECU, send it to Nistune. They'll put in a board in the R32 ECU for a Nistune, and they cost anywhere from about $300 to $400, which isn't bad for an ECU, and these ECUs are pretty good. So I'm happy that I'm using a Nistune because I don't want to spend $2 grand on a Helltech when this car is just, you know, the Mad Max of drifting. So I like to think of this car as the Mad Max of drifting. So Nistunes, you know, say $400. So tuning prices can cost anywhere from $800 to $1,200. That's just on 98. So tunes will cost anywhere from $800 to $1,200, and that's pretty reasonable price. For the exhaust now, I haven't updated this catback exhaust. It's some random exhaust that we just made fit. It sucks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the back of the turbo dump straight through all the way here and have a nice blast pipe just sticking about up to here maybe, because they look sick. and they'll cost you anywhere from like $550 I think to get them made, or if you find one on Gumtree or something, you might find a decent one for cheap. So exhaust, it depends what brand you go for, where you buy it from. It could cost you anywhere from like, you know, I'll say $200 to $700 depending where you get it from, yeah? So that's depending what exhaust as well you want. Some people want Canon, some people want blast pipes, some want straight pipes. There's all different shit. So if you do a bit of research, you'll find what you want. Forgot to mention as well with the turbo, depending what boost controller setup you guys want to run, you can either have an electronic boost controller or a manual boost controller. This, I don't have a boost controller, I've just got the vacuum line from the cooler pipe to the external gate, all done from the ECU. But what I'm going to do is, I've got a manual boost controller sitting around that I'm going to put in this car, so when I get this car retuned to make 400 horsepower, we'll have the manual boost controller for this setup. And if you guys have any questions about things that I've probably missed out on, or what parts you want to run in your car, leave a comment down below and I'll hit you guys back up. Because with injectors, it's hard to say what injectors you guys want to run. It depends what your budget is. So you can find injectors from anywhere, as I said before, from $500 to $1,000. So the total cost of making about 400 horsepower, just pretty much all mods to make power for your RB25, you're looking around $4,000 with everything that I just said. You're looking, including the tune, you're looking about around $4,000, which isn't too bad. What you want to do is go to work for 2 months straight, don't spend any money going clubbing, going to the casino, anything like that, buying alcohol, this, that, or whatever you do. Put your money away, grab car parts, put them to the side. Once you get all the car parts, slap them all onto your car, go get it tuned, and then you got 400 horsepower, then you can go out drinking. Just do your car first before anything else. So yeah, around $4,000 you're looking at to make 400 horsepower. Now with wheels, so we'll talk about wheels, coilovers, steering wheel, and bucket seat, because you guys want to have cool shit on your car as well. See, these are just skidders right now. I've just got them slapped on the S14. I'm gonna get rotor wheels. I know, don't get fake wheels, but you know, the problem is, as you guys know, no one's working right now because of this bullshit virus. So I can't just be spending money on work wheels for the R33 and the S14. That'll be like $6,000, and it's like, I need to work if I wanted to do that. So once I go back to work, I'm gonna get work wheels for the 33. For now, I'm going to get rotor wheels for the S14. I'll show you guys which wheels I'm getting. Actually, you guys would know the CR Kais. They're like the fake CR Kais, but rotor wheels make them. They look pretty sick. So yeah, wheels you're looking around, if you want a pair, maybe $600. For a full set of wheels, like brand new, you're probably looking about $1,100. Whereas work wheels, you're looking about $3,500. So I'd rather work than buy work wheels. Whereas now I can just use rotor wheels. They still look good. They'll still function the same. Just not as cool as saying I've got work wheels. Now for the steering wheel, this is I got this from Autobahn for about $120. They're called SAS deep dish steering wheels, and they're very, very strong. I like this suede grip because if you've got sweaty palms, you won't slip while you're out on track drifting. They're very, very sturdy wheel. So 120 bucks I got this for, so I'll cap it at $120. Whereas if you buy a real naughty steering wheel, they're about $450. GK Tech sell their steering wheels for $99 as well, so they're pretty sick too, but I bought this because I love this suede feeling with the track car. Now bucket seats, depending what type of person you are, a lot of people like running real brides or fake brides. To me it doesn't matter, it's just a stitching. The chair is a chair at the end of the day. It's not like this is going to be on the red carpet or anything. This is just a cheap Mad Max drift car, as I've said. So bucket seats, you're looking at bucket seats anywhere from $300. So if you go on Gumtree, you can probably find a second-hand one for around $150, brand new. A lot of websites sell these for like, you know, $350 to $400. And then you got to get a seat rail. So depending what car you've got, do some research, slap in a bride because they look bloody sick. Check out that, man. And then I've got a racing harness. So this is the brand that I use. They're pretty sick. And they allow you to mount them back there. It even says down here that this is designed to use the eyelets down there, whereas if anything was to happen to you, this thing extends so it doesn't break your spine. As you can see there, it's designed like that. So this is a really good company too. And these are about $300. I got this from a racing shop. And they don't expire till I think 2024, I believe. So Coilovers are very expensive, brand new. They're about anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 for new coilovers, whereas second-hand coilovers, you can find good second-hand coilovers for around $600 to $700. depending on the brands as well. These are Nismo coilovers. I got them because it's like, fuck, these are Nismo coilovers. That's pretty sick. So I'm running Nismo coilovers in the S14. I've got to put a strut brace across here, which I've got in my room. So coilovers, you're looking at anywhere from $700 to $1,200. So all that included, like the steering wheel, buckets in that, you're probably looking at a full car build with the wheels, around $6,000. So all the mods, coilovers, wheels, bucket seat, steering wheel, you're looking at about $6,000. So that's not too bad for a whole drift build. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good budget. Like, people that think that's going to be expensive, it really isn't. Just work for a few months and you're sorted. So I'm hoping this video really helped you guys out. It's not really that expensive, like $6,000. Like, you probably spend more than that going out. If you go out like twice a week, you probably spend that all on alcohol and you get nothing out of it. Whereas if you spend money on car parts, at least it's there, you've got it. It's like the 33. That engine build cost me so much, but at the end of the day, it's there. Like, it's not gone. I can keep enjoying my car and I'm just so happy that it's there. But anyway, back to this stuff about my R33, even though it's cooler than this car. So with the S14, you can find an S14. I don't even know if you can even find S14s for sale anymore. They're just so expensive because everyone thinks their cars are worth, 20k, and they'd just be a shitbox. Like R33s, I can't believe how expensive R33s have gotten because America's legalized and people are buying them from here. So everyone's just chucking up 33 prices for so much. I miss the days of like buying Skylines for like $2,500. But anyway, with the S14 and making power in your RB25, as you guys saw, you don't really need crazy parts to make power. You want to get some good parts, reliable parts. Don't stay away from like cheap eBay stuff. So around $6,000 you guys are looking at, as I said, and that's pretty sick. So imagine spending $6,000, you got a 400 horsepower car. So make sure to share this video if you want to show your friends how much it costs to do up an RB25 for cheap. $6,000, as I said a million times now, it's not too bad to make good power, and especially in an S14, it's pretty wild in this car. Even though this car's only 315 horsepower, it's pretty fun. But with clutches, oh yeah, fuck, clutches. Make sure to update your clutch. Make sure it's not some worn out clutch that's got like this much bit of chunk left on it. So just do a bit of research on XCD heavy duty clutches and you'll find good ones for around $500. They're very affordable. They're annoying to change, but once you've changed it, you've got a new clutch. If you're a new viewer, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, make sure to hit the like button, share this video to your mates so you guys show them how much it costs to modify your RB25. Hopefully Thursday, the new video will be the R33 running again. All I have to do is just get 2 new wires, I've got a new plug, hook up the new plug, fix up the relay wiring, get the R33 started and finally start boosting it again. And thank you guys so much for getting the channel to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for love and support, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Catch you guys later.